everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hishitori here. On today's video, I wanted to do a how-to of the female bodies. That goes for like teenage adult bodies and kids as well. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay, so how you're gonna start it off is drawing the head in first, and then the shoulders, along with the rib cage. Draw the little circles where you're gonna draw the arms at. Then on your way down to the waist, you're gonna draw like a hourglass, and then put a line in between it to like put a halfway point on it, and then an upside down triangle for like the private area. Then to measure down to the kneecaps and ankles, you're basically just measuring it down to half. For the arms, for like the elbow part, you're going to draw down to the halfway mark of the hips, and then you're going to put the wrist that's like a little bit underneath the private area, like where the line is going to be, to measure out where you're going to put your hands at. So that's pretty much how you do a curvy, like, you know, a small curvy female body. What I'm drawing in now is basically the side view. So I might make an update of drawing the heads video, but for this one, as for like the side view, you're kind of want to draw like a circle and then a little bit of like a quarter of another circle, because you know the head is not fully a circle, it's like an oval too. But yeah, so down to like the rest of the body, you're gonna draw like kind of like a slanted oval. I might do an update on this too. And then down kind of for like the stomach and the back, like a diamond shape. And then kind of like the underwear part. The underwear part for where the private area is gonna be, where you're gonna put the back end at. And then same way for when you draw like for the kneecaps and everything, halfway down. So always remember too, you guys, is when you're drawing like the side view, kind of like draw a curve, so that way you can like slant the body a little, so it can have a little bit of movement instead of looking all stiff. So the next part that I'm doing for the female body is like, you know, the curvy thick round bodies, you know. So what I did here was, you know how we did the shoulders and everything, so we're gonna do, instead of like straight down like a stick, we're gonna give it a little curve, and then make the half of the oval for the rib cage, and then make it look like cakes, you know, for the waist and the hips, so add a little bit of roundness to it. Then you get to the private part, and then for the legs, you know, make the circles for kneecaps a little bit bigger. So yeah, kind of make the thighs a little bit wider too as you go. So yeah, you're pretty much like kind of doing the same thing for like the slim curvy. So now with the curvy, it's going to be a little bit wider, especially on the arms and the legs. That's it. So yeah, for the curvy thick girls, you know, add a little bit more roundness to everything. That includes, like I said, for the shoulders, the arms, the legs, you know, add a little bit more roundness versus, you know, with the hourglass shaped bodies. And always keep in mind, when you draw the legs, they gotta touch. That's all I gotta say. And that is how you draw the thick girls. So next is going to be the side view of the thick girls. It's pretty easy and simple. You basically just draw in ovals for like the rib cage and then like the stomach area. And for the stomach area, make like a little lump, so you know that's where the stomach will be. And then you just have your little private part area drawn. And then for the legs, like I said again, with the knees, make sure you draw the knee circles a little bit bigger and make the thighs and everything a little bit wider. So to me, I sometimes feel like drawing the curvy girls are like a little bit easier. Sometimes I mix it in between, like I draw like a slim thick, like slim at top, and then they have like the thick thighs. To me, it's a lot easy because, you know, it's more round, it's more circular, you know, just adding in instead of kind of like sharp corners or something, you know, stuff like that. So, but draw what you feel is comfortable to you, no matter what shape or size. You can always mix it in between as well. At the bottom, I'm just drawing the bases of the shapes that I use when drawing the bodies. So hopefully this will help you out and have a better understanding, a better picture of how you can draw either slim or thick, no matter what size. So for the kids, it's pretty much, especially for the slim kids, it's pretty much the same base as for when you draw like the adult teen bodies. So pretty easy, simple, except you're making them a little bit shorter since they're pretty young. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, when you draw like for the face and everything, you have to make like the cheekbones a little bit shorter. So raise the chin a little bit higher to where the base of the head is. And I think since I'm still learning like anatomies, the line of where I have to where you line up where the wrist would be, it might be a little bit longer than where I drew it. Again, I think it looks good that way to where it's lined up to where the private is, because their arms, I don't think their arms are that long. I draw the side bottom of the chin closest to the end of the circle because, you know, the kids' faces are pretty small. For the side view of the kids, also for the slim kids, it's also pretty much the same. I think the only difference I did was I kind of split it in half for the stomach area, especially for the stomach area. I just split that in half and then I draw everything else in. Now I just happen to pay attention to how I draw the legs. Like they're very like, whatever you call it, not needed or bow-legged, because I'm bow-legged. So I tend to have drawn my characters with their knees going back like mine. Now on to the young kids with the baby fat. So, you know, the kids, they get a little meat on them, but they're still cute and chunky. So for those kids, it's pretty much the same way that you do for the adult teen bodies, except instead of making it like a little cake, when drawing it, it's just one little round part for where the stomach is. Because, you know, they're young, so they don't have a lot of stomach on them just yet. Still draw their legs and the arms a little bit wider on the chunky kids. I'm gonna call them that. So yeah, still draw them a little bit wider, and there you go. For the side view, pretty much the same way as well. You don't have to necessarily add a little lump for the front and the belly. And I kind of noticed when I drew it that I probably should have made her a little bit, you know, a little bit bigger, but you know, it's still fine. As long as you add the roundness to the shape when you're drawing like thicker or chunky, you're good to go. So yeah, I do hope that this video helped you guys out. And it's crazy because this is like my first time doing a basic beginner's guide on how to draw the bodies. So this is really teaching you and me at the same time. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!